What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the L6052 by LishiToys. And this is the craft here. Now these props that I have on here, they're props from the LishiToys L6039, and I just swapped them because they're the exact same propellers, same design, just different colors, and I like this color a little better. And I wanted all black propellers on the L6039, so that explains this. And this transmitter here, I actually installed the LCD on it, so it came like this one here on the box. Without the LCD, you had to get the LCD separately, it says, but I installed it on mine. So now this quad is a nice, easy to fly quadcopter. It's not as nimble and as fast as the LToys V636, which is an Alias clone. This isn't a Latrax Alias clone as well, but this really isn't as nimble as those two quads. But it's a really nice flyer, and it takes the design, the same design almost. It's a little smaller than the V636 and the Latrax Alias, just by a little, maybe an inch smaller in each dimension. So also, the version of the quad that I have, I looked at the box here, and this stamp here actually says that it has actual direction mode on it, and I'm like, what's this? So I looked at it, and in small print here it says newly upgraded version. Let's see if you guys can see that. Focus. Okay, so it says newly upgraded version, actual direction mode, which it says simpler control, easier to fly. Well, they have bad spelling there, but you get the idea. I was wondering if it was actually headless mode. So when I tried it, this button here is actually the mode switch on here, and I hit this button and it actually put this thing in headless mode. The light starts flashing, and the controls let me know that I was in headless mode. And now, when I first got this quad, I was thinking that I was going to be flying it with this transmitter. This is the transmitter from the L6039, which is an upgraded version of this. It looks better. It has the LCD on there, the tilt, and all of that. So I was thinking that I was going to be flying this with that transmitter. Well, it turns out that this is on a different protocol, so I was unable to fly it. I haven't been able to bind this quad to any other transmitter that I have, and I'm thinking that's the reason, because they upgraded it with the headless mode. That's the only thing I can think of, the reason why the new version isn't compatible with the L6039. So all in all, this is a really nice flyer. The transmitter here, it's your Cyma style transmitter with the flip buttons are up here at the top. Both of these are flip buttons. You hit this one and it'll flip in whatever direction you hit it in. And this side here, the left shoulder button, it'll cause the quad to flip automatically. It'll automatically do a front flip only though. So this is the trims here, forward and back, and roll right and roll left trim here. And this is the high and low mode. And there's a camera button here and a video control button here, so you can get a camera for this. I did try the camera from the LToys V636 on here because it had the same connector there, and it did work. It did operate as if it was the camera that went to this one. So I don't know how to get the camera for this thing, but it does work with the LToys camera. But you just have to find a way to put it on there. I had a double-sided mounting tape to hold it on in place, but I would suggest waiting for the camera that comes with this thing, so you can purchase that. And so all in all, this is a nice flying quad. It's not the most nimble quad, but it's easy to fly. It's fast enough. The yaw rate is a little on the slow side, but it's mainly an outdoor quad, so that doesn't matter much, but it does affect the maneuverability of it. It flips really well. It gives itself a little height before the flip, before it goes into the flip. And so it recovers well on the flips. The lights are nice and bright. I like the fact that it has yellow lights in the front and white lights in the back, although I think that that's just because of the lens color. So I never took the canopy off it before, but the transmitter takes 4 AA batteries, and it's a nice filling transmitter. The quad comes with 1 battery. This is the battery that comes with it. It's the same battery for the L6039. It's a 500 milliamp hour battery. It doesn't say the discharge rate on it, but it has this connector here. They're easy to find. They're pretty cheap on Banggood to get. And so, and being as though it's the same size as the L6039, now I have 2 batteries to fly it with. When I take this one out, I'll take both batteries, or vice versa with the L6039. So, oh yeah, it comes with an extra set of spare props. It comes with a screwdriver and this USB connector here. And this is the manual. The manual, instructions manual, is in half English and half Chinese. It pretty much explains everything. Down to even the headless mode, it explains it in there, how you operate it and all. And it's funny because this button here on the L6039's transmitter just switches the modes between mode 1 and mode 2. Well, their mode 1 is actually mode 4, what we call mode 4. But I was thinking that it was going to be the same on here. That's why I never thought to push that to try to go into headless mode. But it does have headless mode, and it works well. The headless mode on this one is the same as the LishiToys method, whereas you sit the quad down facing away from you, and as soon as you, that's before you plug the battery in, because as soon as you plug the battery in, it holds that heading, it remembers that heading there, and so that'll be a point of reference to front and back. So you hold the quad, you place the quad facing away from you when you connect the battery, and then you can fly it around and do whatever you want. And when you get in some trouble, as long as you don't land it now, you just hit this button here and it'll go in headless mode and you shouldn't have a problem. But this quad, when you land it, it'll flash, the lights will flash to give you the option to switch the heading. So whenever you land this or it falls down, then headless mode can potentially be switched on you. So you don't want to land it or anything like that. It says in the book that when you land it, the lights flash, and then you get to push this button again to set the heading mode again. But I'm not sure what happened. I was flying it around and I landed it, and I never pushed this button again. But the next time I was flying and I pressed this button, my heading change was different. So I'm guessing it probably resets every time it lands. So that's all there is to say about it. So let's check it out in flight. Okay, so this is the outdoor flight demo of the LishiToys L6052. Bind it to the stock transmitter. Let's see how she flies. So you can see this thing is really stable. Looks like I might need a little trim. Not really. This is low rates, this is the yaw. So pretty slow yaw on it. And this is the pitch on low rates. Not bad. It's only dual rates, so this is high rates here. This is the pitch here on high. So not much pitch, but enough to get going. The yaw rate seems to stay the same. So really slow yaw rate on this thing, but it's an outdoor quad, so it's not much of a big deal with it. So it's just not really fast, not as fast as the H8C. Let's see how it flips. Okay, now the right shoulder button, when you hit that, it just does a flip automatically. It's like hands off. Watch. I'll hit the button and it just flips on its own. Now that was the left shoulder button. Now the right shoulder button, you control which direction you want it to flip in. So if you hit it to the right, it'll do a right flip. Let's see how this quad funnels. It's hard to do funnels with this quad. I mean, you can do funnels, but they're wide funnels that you're going to be doing with it. No tight funnels because the pitch isn't hard enough. So I don't know. I think this might be a different version than the version that I've seen. I've seen Quadcopter 101 has this, and he's flying it around all the time, and it seems to have a faster yaw rate than mine. But this one here has an extra feature. It has headless mode on this one, and you can activate it while flying. Let me test it out. So now it's flashing. See, I'm in headless now, and the headless remembers which direction the quad was facing when you first turned it on. So I think that's pretty cool. So as long as you turn the as long as you face the quad away from you when turning it on, it doesn't matter which direction you're in when you activate headless mode, and you'll be able to control it fine. That's if you remember when you first turn it on to have it facing away from you, to put it in headless. So I think this is the best implementation of a headless mode that I've seen. I think this is the LishiToys method of the V636. So, and it's just a little button here in the middle. There's a button in the middle here that you hit to put it in headless mode. Now, this quad has little soft landing feet on the bottom, and one of them I seem to lose it a lot. So I just need to check that. I don't know if all of them are like that. The range on this quadcopter is pretty good as well. Oh, it looks like we're at LVC warning, so that's all there really is to show about it. I think I pretty much showed everything. So that's it. The LishiToys L6052 with headless mode. Thanks for watching. Yes, this LVC warning, the length of it was not a fluke. It's still a long LVC warning. I just thought I'd cut the camera back on to show you guys this. It is indeed a long LVC warning. I'm doing high speed passes with the LVC warning on. I've been doing it for a while now. I just thought to turn the camera back on so you guys can see this. I think I'm going to just bring it in now. I don't feel like having to walk and go get it. I wonder if headless mode works still. Let's see. In headless mode. Seems to have lost its orientation. I can't tell if it's out of headless mode or not now. Okay, we're out of headless mode now. LVC is still flying around. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be getting this thing back to me to avoid having to chase it down. So that's the L6052 Lengthy LVC warning.